How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everybody had a great week, or is having a great week. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the John SARVER case. Trial is coming up. And yes, they sent me a subpoena that I am not going to abide by. They sent me a subpoena through the mail, which is illegal because Illinois is not within their jurisdiction. They cannot even hand deliver me one. Okay, what they have to do to give me a subpoena is they gotta go through the state of Illinois to get me one. Now, they have to spend $4,500 and give the entire case, both sides, the defense and the prosecution, case on what this case is about, to the district attorney. The district attorney will read it to see if there is a possible conviction, and if there is no possible conviction, they won't let the subpoena go through. However, Wisconsin did not do this, and since the trial is coming up at the end of the month, it's a little too late because it takes 2 months for all this stuff to go through. So, that being said, we already know that John SARVER is not getting a fair trial. Because, of course, me doing the research I do, I'm going to tell you why. The man is not getting a fair trial because 1979, Keebler First State. Anyone who is questioned and a possible suspect of any homicide in the state of Wisconsin mandatorily must give up DNA. The entire family, Robert's family, were suspects at one time, which means their DNA is on file. And the courts are not allowing the defense to have the DNA tested to see if maybe one of the Roberts families killed Eleanor. This falls under an unfair trial for John SARVER, falling under what they call a miscarriage of justice in the state of Wisconsin, by the judge not allowing that DNA to be presented to prove that whether or not someone in the family killed her. Because we already have proved that John SARVER's DNA doesn't match the victim, or the murder weapon, or anything else. In fact, they don't even have the murder weapon. The murder weapon was not a scissors like everyone thinks it is. Hell, they don't even know what the murder weapon was. See, they know I know what it was. Okay? At least that's what I've been saying anyway. I'm thinking I know what it was. But my opinions on what it was and what it actually is, I will never know. I can only go from the autopsy report. What the autopsy report said, it said a double-edged metal object is what was used, because a double-edged wouldn't be a scissors. They're not double-edged. But back in the day, and you got to think back along the lines back then, what would be double-edged that would be in everyone's household? A letter opener. That would, but the thing is that a letter opener was never found. And the thing is that until that is found, the prints would be on it, the DNA would be on it, but it's never been found. Now, I don't know if that is a murder weapon. I have no idea. However, it makes just as good a weapon as a pair of scissors does, if not better, because it matches the marks that was found on Mrs. Roberts, on Eleanor Roberts' body. I talked to a guy who spent 22 days in jail with John SARVER. And it was legit. I checked him out. He was actually in the same cell block as John SARVER, so for 22 days. I'm not going to mention his name, but he assured me that the whole time he spent in that cell block, he even told me that they're railroading John Sarver. Of course they are. I noticed that Annie, the district attorney, stepped down from the case, and there is a new district attorney prosecuting this case. Why is that? Probably because they're trying to show that, for one, the reason is because Annie, the district attorney that was prosecuted, knows that what she was doing was illegal. And so I don't know where this prosecuting attorney that took her place is going to go with this, because it's a big mess. I mean, there's no DNA to match anything to this man. You have a better chance of prosecuting a partner to win. You know, I mean, come on, man. Keebler First State in 79. Anyone ever a suspect in any homicide case has to mandatory give up DNA. Johnson First State, and I'm talking Wisconsin now. Johnson First State. The right to a fair trial is everything, including DNA, submitted at the time of interviews while interviewing people for this homicide. All the reports, all the police reports, everything. And it wasn't. Because I was told the Roberts family were questioned. Why haven't I seen no statements from the Roberts family about what the police and them talked about? I'll tell you why. Wisconsin is hiding the murderer. And they, for 37 years, they had everyone believing that John Sarver did it. But now the evidence is coming to light that John Sarver is actually innocent. He's not guilty. There's no way he is guilty. And come on, man. How's a guy gonna take a DNA test and pass with flying colors? I mean, you found his handprints in the house. He was there to fix a lawnmower, and he used a telephone to call for a part. I mean, it doesn't take rocket scientists to know that's why his handprints were on the telephone. Come on, man. This is literally making me sick, this trial. Why they're going through it is beyond me. See, they still think I'm a... See, they sent me a subpoena that says I have to sign it and send it back saying I'm gonna give service for this trial. See, I'm not gonna give service for this trial. I'm not signing nothing and sending it back. I withdrew my statement 17 years ago. They did not withdraw it like they said they did. And by them not doing it, they're actually, because I found out that my statement was that I got from a third party, it didn't seem to ring true after I checked it out. So I went back and I withdrew it because I didn't want, anybody thinking I was lying or anything, because I actually got my information from a third party. So I went and withdrew it, and as far as I know, it was withdrawn. So yeah, now they're illegally sending me illegal subpoenas. I mean, I can get them in trouble. I can start a federal writ against these guys to leave me alone, but, and be legal. See, the DA down here has to send me a subpoena. It'll say John Sarver versus State of Illinois. Subpoena, and it'll say the place where it happened, or where it's going to take place, which is in Wisconsin. And it has to be signed by the state governor, who I know personally, and the district attorney and the chief of police, who I actually also know personally. And trust me, if I get something like that handed to me or sent to me, I'm gonna go to these people and check the signatures, because Wisconsin, we already know, is crooked. I'm not signing nothing and sending anything to the state of Wisconsin that has to do with the SARVER trial. I want nothing to do with it. I withdrew my statement 17 years ago. I'm being harassed and bullied by the state, and they need to knock it off, because they don't understand. I do know the law, okay? I do have a right to my privacy and to remain silent. And I'm going to stand on those rights. I also have a right, if I take the stand, to plead the fifth. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't even use my statement. Legally, they can't even use my statement, because the minute they use my statement, it's a miscarriage of justice and an act of fraud against the state to try to convict an innocent man. But no one's going to call them on it, because the judge is crooked, the district attorney is crooked. We know this because of the railroading that the district attorney is doing to John SARVER. I've got countless numbers of emails from people who are in jail with this man, and they have no clue how they would even convict or even say this guy did anything. He's being railroaded. And I think people out there know that after I posted the DNA to prove he was innocent, people are starting to get changed of heart about John SARVER, and realizing that John SARVER is really innocent. I said it once, I'll say it again. John SARVER's only guilt is the fact that he's not home with his family right now. That's the only thing he's guilty of. I said in one of my other videos, 37 years and this man never had a domestic with his wife. How the hell do you do that? I mean, they painted this guy to be a monster, but apparently from his personal life, we can prove he's not. Oh well. John SARVER, you hang in there, buddy. We know you're innocent. We know the state of Wisconsin is doing a miscarriage of justice. We know they're not giving you a fair trial. And I think anyone who might be on a jury or know the jurors need to really have a talk with the people on the jury before the trial. We have to find John SARVER not guilty. That's the only thing you can find. I mean, if I was on the jury, there is no way, from looking at all the evidence I've seen so far, there's no way I can convict this man, because everything that they have on this man is all hearsay, and all the witnesses were born after the crime happened, which I still don't understand how you can have 100 witnesses who were born a year after the crime happened to even be witnesses in the case. It just don't make sense. Any smart judge would step down from this case. I'm not going to testify. I'm not going to Wisconsin unless I'm subpoenaed the real way through the state of Illinois, and it takes 2 months to do that. And since the trial is, let's see what the subpoena says. the trial is coming up pretty soon. It's coming up. I got the subpoena right here. It says the trial is October 24th to November 4th. Okay, that's less than 2 months away. That's less than a month away. And the thing is that because they didn't start the procedure to have me subpoenaed about 2 months ago, any subpoena they send me is illegal. It takes 60 to 90 days to even have Illinois subpoena me for the SARVER trial. There's no waiving of that. That is where I would have to go into court here myself, in Illinois court, and give my testimony like I would at the trial in Wisconsin. However, my testimony has to fall under Illinois law, and it will be judged under Illinois law. And if it was judged under Illinois law to whether a subpoena where I'm able to go, where they can force me to go to Wisconsin and say it won't pass, it won't hold amount of beings, because of the fact I got my information from who is now a dead person. There's no way to corroborate my story, so Illinois would never pass it. So I could just be talking smack for all they know. I mean, but even the stuff that I got from this dead person, I found out later is bogus. I did go in already and withdraw my statement. But they want me to go in and lie and say that this statement is true. Because there's no dead, the person who I got it from is dead. There's no way to prove that she did or didn't say it. I mean, see what I'm saying? They're trying to make me go in and tell stories just to convict this guy, and I'm not going to do it. I'm really tired of this case. I wish I'd just let the man out, let him live his life, and leave him the fuck alone, and go after the people in the Roberts family who are the real guilty party, in my opinion. They should go after the judge who is withholding information, evidence that can free John SARVER, and the district attorney who knows that John SARVER is innocent needs to release all the information they got. Even the people they're protecting. Oh well. You all take care. And I had to vent about this because this is really getting on my nerves. They need to know that I'm not going to Wisconsin. I'm not going to testify in this trial. I am not going to tell a lie or lie about anything so these people can get a conviction. They want me going there and saying that what I was told in that statement was true. See, I told them 17 years ago that I found out some of the stuff I put in that statement was totally bogus. And I found out the person I got it from, who is now dead, was totally bogus. And they said it was withdrawn. I remember them telling me it was withdrawn, that I no longer have to worry about it. 17 years later, I'm being forced to go and basically lie. And I'm not going to lie to no one, for no one, about anyone. I don't know this man. His name was a household name, for the past 30-some years. So everyone knows him by name. Until he started going to court and arrested, I didn't know what he looked like. I mean, I kind of knew what he looked like. I seen him, I think, one time, but he didn't have no facial hair or nothing. He was young back then, so, But anyway, it's Jim with Life's Adventures, just keeping it real.